Welcome to our channel, everybody. Now, I'm no expert on marriage, believe me. I mean, have you seen me try to dance? But I've learned a thing or two over the years about what makes relationships last. And today, we're talking about the big M. No, not mattresses, though a good night's sleep is important too. I'm talking about marriage. We're diving into the top 10 things I wish I knew before I tied the knot. These are little nuggets of wisdom, or as I like to call them, Ellen's essential tips for a happy ever after. Whether you're about to walk down the aisle, celebrating a milestone anniversary, or just starting to think about saying I do someday, these tips are for you. So grab your partner, grab your best friend, grab your pet goldfish who's surprisingly good at giving advice, and let's get started. First things first, folks, you've got to communicate. And I don't just mean saying pass the salt at dinner. I'm talking about really talking. Sharing your thoughts, your dreams, your fears, even that weird dream you had last night about a talking giraffe wearing tap shoes. You know how I know communication is important? Because when I don't do it, Portia gets this look. It's like a combination of Ellen, you did what? And I can't believe I have to explain this again. Trust me, you don't want to see that look. Being open and honest with each other is like the foundation of your house. If it's shaky, the whole thing is going to crumble. But if you build that foundation on trust and honesty, you can weather any storm. And remember, communication is a two-way street. It's about listening just as much as it's about talking. So put down your phone, turn off the TV, and really listen to what your partner has to say. You might be surprised by what you learn. Oh, and one more thing. Don't be afraid to talk about the tough stuff too. It's easy to chat about the good things, but ignoring the hard conversations is like ignoring a leaky faucet. Eventually, it's going to turn into a much bigger problem. Okay, let's talk about money, honey. Now, I know this isn't the most romantic topic, but it's important. Money can be a huge source of stress in a marriage if you're not on the same page. Before you walk down the aisle, have an honest conversation about your finances. What are your spending habits? Do you have any debt? What are your financial goals? Are you saving for a house, a boat, a lifetime supply of guacamole? Once you've had that initial conversation, it's important to keep the lines of communication open. Talk about your finances regularly, even if it's just a quick check-in once a month. And here's a hot tip from your girl Ellen. Don't be afraid to seek professional help. A financial advisor can help you create a budget, plan for the future, and avoid those money arguments that can leave you feeling like you need a vacation from your marriage. Now, I love Portia more than words can say, but even I need a little me time every now and then. And that's healthy. It's important to maintain your individuality, even within a marriage. Think about it this way. You're two unique individuals who have come together to share your lives. You don't have to become one person just because you're married. Keep nurturing your own interests and hobbies. Spend time with your friends. Take that pottery class you've always wanted to try. Not only will this make you a more well-rounded individual, but it'll also give you something new and exciting to talk about with your partner. Remember, absence makes the heart grow fonder. A little time apart can actually strengthen your bond and make you appreciate each other even more. Chapter 4, RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. All right, let's talk about respect. It's like the golden rule of marriage, folks. Treat your partner the way you want to be treated. It's that simple. Respect means valuing your partner's opinions, even if you don't always agree with them. It means listening to them with an open mind and trying to see things from their perspective. It also means being kind and considerate, even when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed. We all have bad days, but that's no excuse to take it out on the person you love. Remember, marriage is a partnership. You're on the same team, working towards the same goals. And just like any good team, you need to respect and support each other every step of the way. Chapter 5. On the same page, why shared values matter. You know how some people say opposites attract? Well, that might be true for magnets, but when it comes to marriage, having shared values is crucial. Now, I'm not saying you have to agree on everything. I mean, Portia loves to cook, and I love to eat what she cooks. See? We don't always agree on who does the cooking, but we both value delicious food. But seriously, folks, it's important to be on the same page about the big things in life: family, religion, raising children, where you want to live, whether pineapple belongs on pizza, you know, the important stuff. Talking about your values and goals early on can help you avoid major conflicts down the road. It's like reading the same map before you embark on a road trip. You might take a detour or two along the way, but at least you'll know you're headed in the same general direction. Chapter 6. The Art of Compromise Meeting in the Middle. Okay, let's be real for a second. Marriage isn't always sunshine and rainbows. There will be times when you disagree, when you have to make tough decisions, and when you have to learn to compromise. Compromise doesn't mean one person always gets their way while the other one pouts in the corner. It's about finding a solution that works for both of you, even if it means neither of you gets exactly what you wanted. Think of it like sharing a pizza. Maybe you really want pepperoni and your partner wants mushrooms, but instead of fighting over toppings, you compromise and get half pepperoni, half mushroom. That way, everyone gets a little bit of what they want, and you get to enjoy the pizza together. Remember, compromise is about finding a win-win situation. It's about putting the needs of the relationship above your own ego. And trust me, the ability to compromise is a skill that will serve you well in all aspects of your life, not just your marriage. Chapter 7. Lean on me. Emotional support in marriage life can be tough sometimes. We all face challenges, setbacks, and moments when we just want to pull the covers over our heads and hide from the world. And that's where your partner comes in. One of the most beautiful things about marriage is having someone who's always there for you, no matter what. Someone who will listen without judgment, offer a shoulder to cry on, and remind you of your strength even when you feel weak. Being emotionally supportive means being present for your partner, both physically and emotionally. It means paying attention to their needs, even when they're not explicitly stated. It means showing empathy and understanding, even when you don't fully grasp what they're going through. Remember, you're not just lovers, you're also best friends, confidants, and cheerleaders for each other. Being there for each other through thick and thin is what strengthens your bond and makes your love unbreakable. Okay, let's talk about intimacy. And no, I'm not just talking about what happens in the bedroom, although that's important too. I'm talking about maintaining that physical and emotional connection that brought you together in the first place. Intimacy is about more than just sex. It's about holding hands, cuddling on the couch, stealing kisses when you're doing the dishes, and making time for each other, even when life gets busy. It's easy to let romance fall by the wayside when you're caught up in the day-to-day grind of work, kids, and responsibilities. But trust me, making an effort to keep the spark alive is crucial for a happy and fulfilling marriage. Plan date nights, surprise each other with small gestures of affection, and never underestimate the power of a heartfelt compliment. Remember, intimacy is like a fire. You have to keep feeding it if you want it to burn bright. When you say I do, you're not just marrying your partner, you're also marrying their family and friends. And while this can be a wonderful thing, it can also be a source of stress if you're not careful. It's important to establish boundaries early on and make it clear that your marriage is your priority. This doesn't mean you have to cut off your loved ones, but it does mean setting healthy limits and learning to say no when necessary. Remember, you and your partner are a team. Present a united front when dealing with family and friends, and support each other's decisions. And if things get tough, don't be afraid to seek professional help. A therapist can provide valuable guidance on navigating these complex relationships. And finally, remember that marriage is a journey, not a destination. It's a lifelong adventure filled with ups and downs, twists and turns, and unexpected detours. The key to a happy and lasting marriage is to embrace the journey together. Continue to learn and grow as individuals and as a couple. Be open to new experiences, try new things, and never stop dating each other. Just like any living thing, a marriage needs care and attention to thrive. So water it with love, nurture it with kindness, and don't be afraid to put in the work. The rewards of a strong and loving marriage are immeasurable. Well, that's it for my top 10 tips for a happy marriage. Remember, these are just a few things I've learned along the way. Every relationship is unique, and what works for one couple might not work for another. The most important thing is to communicate, be respectful, and never stop showing your love and appreciation for each other. Marriage is a beautiful and rewarding journey, and with a little effort and a lot of love, you can make it last a lifetime. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Share your own marriage tips in the comments below. And remember, life is short, so don't forget to laugh, love, and dance like nobody's watching.